good Lord. All right, day 38 begins. Let's do our intro for a second. With burgers and fries, what kind of pies? All right, everybody, I'm back. Yeah, I've been sick as a dog for the last, I don't know, weekend or so. And couldn't do my other show. And like a lot of it is just being a pussy, I'm sure. But yeah, just not feeling it. Normally I like take a nap before the show and then power up with amphetamines. And just I was just not fucking feeling it. I only have like a few of the corona, but I don't have like a bad cough, which is good. Like a mild fever, and then some kidney pain, which is like, what's that all about? But also getting old as dirt, so you never know what is really going down in your life. Oh, let me take more of this fucking Niagen. Hopefully it's not this tainted ass supplement hurting me. Like fucking John Jones, pissing hot, but all right, so this is chapter number 37, Zingara. We got through like I didn't think it was going to be a difficult chapter, but it became a relatively difficult chapter in 36, like the whole rewrite. Oh, shout outs to Senor Orange. Welcome to the whole stream and everything here. This is about as exciting as it gets right here. In fact, it will get a little less exciting as the stream goes on, as we get into the business of editing. But the deal here, somebody please, if you would, remind me at the end of this whole, oh, it's Big Panini. Shout out to Panini. No, there's safety. Well, all right. Well, now my morning is complete here. Yeah, so it's more or less like a full rewrite of that chapter, and I think it was like a pretty solid rewrite, to tell you the truth. A lot of that needed to be changed, even though this is relatively difficult work. Hey, what's up? I think it's valuable. You know, like what's the last sentence? Oh yeah. This is a it's kind of hokey. So this singing shit is really kind of like a holdover from the Duchance of the first book. Oh yeah. Let's see. To his domain is misspelled. Downward to high domain. I already fixed that. Boom. Shouldn't singing be italicized? No. No, we don't want to. We should potentially have that there. Here, hold on. Yeah, I would let me warm up a bit on these paragraphs because, like, we're run. Matthew screams, but Duchance has caught Thirsty's eyes. Kaiser beckons, and Thirsty's limbs are moving on their own, jerking him out of the cab. Oh yeah, yeah. No. Yeah. We'll get there. Um, Still rewriting this paragraph because I did not like that. Even at the end of the stream last term, you could hear it. Run, Matthew screams. Uh, okay. Yeah, you definitely had more coffee than me already this morning. Yeah, I think that's a good suggestion. I think like one horn might start up, and then a bunch of the others, and so forth. Uh, uh, But it's too late. Duchance has Thirsty's eyes. But it's too late. I don't need but. It's too late. Duchance's eyes fall on Thirsty and his body goes rigid. As he tries to fight the power. I like how that kind of sounds. But it's hopeless. Ooh, I might work that Geppetto thing in there somewhere. Yeah, like he's pretty fucking wild. One by one, the horns of judgment begin to blare. Ugh. Come with me to a land of pure imagination. I like it. I like it. Yeah. All right, let's see what we've done. Matthew's scrambling inside the cab, trying to climb over Thirsty. Oh, let's do car door. They all seem wrong. Duchance wrenches open the door. All right, let's do it. Matthew scrambles inside the cab. He tries to climb over Thirsty, but his backpack is in the way. Panicking, Matthew scrambles inside the cab. He tries to climb over Thirsty, but his backpack is in the way. Duchance wrenches open the door and grabs Matthew by the wrist. Oh, yeah. Yeah, worst. Hmm. has gotten stronger. He nearly rips Matthew's arm out of the socket. Cool. Cool. The door opens. Yeah, let's make that one sentence. Matthew wheels and gnashes his teeth, but Duchance only laughs. His hand clamps on Matthew's wrist. Mm-hmm. What? Give you a couple of points. Because there've been a few good edits in that paragraph. Yeah, I feel like my brain is like much more active today. I don't have that fucking fog surrounding it that I had yesterday. Like I was waking up for the initial part, but definitely I it's like I was firing on 3 cylinders yesterday, and I'm like up to 5 today. But that doesn't mean much because it's a fucking V12 up here. I'm telling you. Are you still laughing at the sound of your own ass echoing back at you every time you make an edit? Good. So stupid. Where will we be? You know, I honestly think like without idiocy, the world would be too much to bear. So here we have it. That's better. No, 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 no. Your chance begins to drag them downtown to his domain. Mm-hmm. Kaiser grins, beckoning, and Thirsty's arms. And yeah, let's change that a bit. Thirsty's arms and legs seize up. He's trying to fight back, but Kaiser's will is inexorable. Cool. Then Duchance has him. He loses the battle and lurches out of the cab. I'd like to work in something about crushing bones there, but it seems like a little hokey. Uh, okay, better. Najiri Mongo and his taxicab are left derelict, blocking the street. One by one, the horns of judgment begin to blare. Duchance sings. Ooh. Man, oh man, I do not want to get picked up by Kaiser fucking Duchance and his creepy Willy Wonka sing-song bullshit. Fuck that guy. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was... I did not like how that paragraph went one fucking bit. And it's hard, yeah. Like, I think my weakest scenes are definitely ones that are meant to be creepy or kind of like horror-y. Definitely could use the improvement. All right, hold on. Somebody is summoning me in Yon Firm chats. Yeah, a few people are like, yo, go do a stream of the riot or whatever, but I just don't think it's a smart idea. You know, I'm not super interested in rioting. And like previous times where I've gone to fucking riots, I've had like a real hard time not like being like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, idiots? You know, like that's our library. That's where our books are at. Yeah, like so I told a few people about this yesterday. But oh my god, now I'm blanking on the name of it, but it's like Uncle somebody's science fiction bookstore in Minneapolis, which was like, I haven't been there. And I don't know these guys. But I used to work at a bookstore like exactly like this one. And it was a pretty popular stop on the science fiction book signing circuit for authors. They've been there for years and years and years, and it got burned to the ground. Now, there's a certain type of person that will burn down a bookstore, and they're the type of people that I feel you can just kill them. Literally, you can just execute them on the spot. There are people who, whether their complaints are legitimate or, whether they've suffered systematic oppression or whatever, once you start burning down libraries and bookstores, somebody should just fucking shoot you. We don't need vandals. We don't need Visigoths. We don't need people sacking the Library of Alexandria. I mean, granted, these are science fiction books. It's like fucking 180 volumes of Piers Anthony. It's not like a great loss to the knowledge of the world, but literally, like, fuck these people. If I had like I don't know, like there's a coffee shop that I love, and I will 100% go rooftop Korean on these motherfuckers if they try to burn down my coffee shop. I know I'm getting more authoritarian as I get older, but I've always maintained, like, if you live in a big city, if you have property or a family to protect or whatever, you need guns. And I didn't used to feel that way. Like, I was very anti-gun when I was younger. And then I was in a city that had riot-type situations, a little bit, not quite as significant as what's happening in Minneapolis, but much more significant than what's happening in Brooklyn now. And then I realized my youthful folly, and in fact, if you live in a large, volatile population, you need to be armed. Burning books reminds me of extremely conservative Bible-thumping book burners. Very horseshoe theory. Yeah, and this isn't even, like, we object to these books on a spiritual or philosophical or whatever retarded reason people had to burn books previously. These are just assholes. They're just like, hey, it's a store. Let's fucking burn it. Hey, what's inside? I don't know. Did somebody spend their whole life working on this? I don't care. Fucking. Yeah, I can't get with that. Like, I'm not a big fan of wanton destruction for no fucking reason. And it does seem like this isn't super for no reason. It does seem like there is a concerted group of people behind this whole thing that are sort of planning it out and plotting it. And they're really trying to, this is part of their game plan. They're like, all right, let's stir up this tension here. Let's undermine faith in civil authorities to this point and try to get a revolution going. So they value nothing. Cops killed a guy. So I stole this TV and these Gucci shoes. Yeah, I will tell you, like, there are so many people that are just every day of their lives, they're waiting for an excuse to, like, the thing that keeps them in check from breaking down doors and stealing shit is the police. And if you're sheltered and brought up in like an environment where everybody around you just obeys the law and they like have plenty of food to go around and they, don't have a serious drug problem or they're wealthy or whatever, you're not exposed to this like part of people. But if you live in the ghetto, you'll see these people every motherfucking day and like know that like the reason why they're not wilding out all the time, they got nothing to fucking lose. And it's really just the police keeping them in check. Like the threat of punishment is the only thing that like keeps them from just taking what they want, So Spathywah says he can't understand the woke people who defend this. Yeah, increasingly there's this ideology that is like to me, to other people who have like traveled extensively and lived like all over the world and so forth. We look at this and it just doesn't make any fucking sense to us. But I think we're culpable because a lot of us have gone along with it. Like there's plenty of people who I've heard spouting this horse shit at parties and so forth. And many of like people who I would consider friends, They just have these ideologies where I'm like, okay, it's nice that you feel that way. It doesn't have any basis in reality. Like it would never ever work. And if you got what you wanted, you would regret it like very, very much immediately and instantaneously, which is how I feel about most people who are like diehard communist type communists. Like I'm not adverse to some of the charms of socialism. Like I've always thought like socialized healthcare is a great idea. I've always thought that free college is a great idea. I've always thought that making sure that everybody has enough to eat and a place to live is a good idea. But I mean, coupled with that are like my wacky science fiction theories that like, if you're on the dole, you should be sterilized for the duration, and a lot of other things that don't quite fit into the woke camp. So that's what I don't get. Yeah, I mean, it's our fucking fault for going along with them, for letting them teach it in schools and not offering a reasonable counterpoint, because there's a lot of allure, this kind of easy thinking. I was thinking about this a little bit last night, just how anybody who tells you that you're evil, right? Whether it's the Catholic Church saying that there's some kind of original sin, or some dude telling you that, you're part of the patriarchy and this institution of oppression. Anybody who tells you that you're evil in that way is negging you, right? They're straight up negging you, and nobody negs you unless they want to fuck you. It's a mechanism of control, and there is a masochistic side of people where they want to be told that they're bad. They want to be called like sluts and like monsters and fiends and oppressors and stuff like that. They want to feel shame because it's like that kind of like hurts so good, melancholy, teenage angst feeling. Like they're addicted to that fucking feeling because that's how they feel important, through shame. And, there are parallels for this all throughout history. And I guess it's easier to do now that like a lot of people have been undermined. They're continually exposed through social media to like this kind of illusion world where everybody's rich and perfect and whatever, and their own lives don't measure up. And we had like the same thing when I was a kid, like we were all watching like TV and jerking off to porno magazines and just coming away with like this very unrealistic view of the world. And then you get down in the dirt and you're like, well, why isn't it like it was supposed to be? Why isn't my fucking romance like a Disney movie? And yeah, like it's just a lot of this consequence of people coming in with unrealistic expectations and being fucking disappointed. And somebody comes along and says, hey, I know why you're so disappointed. I know why things aren't working out. I know why that liberal arts degree didn't materialize into what you wanted it to be. It's because of the corrupt system. And you are, awful, but you can make things right. If you just pay for this indulgence, if you just flagellate yourself in the public square and so forth. And we're seeing a lot of that crazy, creepy type shit going on. And I don't fucking like it. That's my theory. Anyhow, yeah, I do feel better. I could do a show today. All right. Yeah. Like it's wild, man. How just like there's a certain energy or whatever that I need in order to like go on the air and do stuff. And like, you can definitely see how it is. I think I talked about this a little yesterday, but, if I ever get really sick on this one, I'm counting on the audience to fucking finish these books and get them out there. I have like a suicide dead drop file in case I should ever be like super sick or incarcerated or whatever. But yeah, if I ever get super sick to the point where, there's a non-zero chance that I have either MS or brain cancer, just based on what's been going on the last few years. And if it's one of those things, I'm going to try to keep writing and editing to the point where it starts to get sad. Somebody tell me. But I'm going to just do like a ton of drugs is my game plan. That's how I plan to survive. Just do a shit ton of drugs all the time. And Google lets you set that up. Huh. Yeah, I think there are a bunch of people who have Good God. Yeah, I'm gonna try really hard to do a show today. Handing over an account to somebody on X weeks of inactivity. Oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah, I might just make up a dead drop. Although honestly, like anybody could take the fucking manuscript files now. Like tons of editors have them. Tons of my every time I go on a plane, I send to my two best friends a sort of emergency file with the hopes that they'll have some success. You know, like I just post mortem. I just want somebody to make some fucking money off of these books, and you know, like my will just stipulates like which family members get which portions of my non-existent estate. Because like I don't, you know, like I've already had all my fun, but it would be nice if you know like I could buy certain family members like a nice car or something for putting up with me all these years. Um, I'd love to have like the kind of fuck you money where there are like three or four people where I would just like to straight up buy them a house and be like, hey, yo, you're set for like the next 20 years. Don't get too whacked on the heroin, but if you want to, you can. You'll have a place to stay. Booyah. Anyhow, let's get into it right here. So this is the real work of today. Zingara. This is chapter 213. It takes place in Midtown, but this shouldn't be Midtown. This should be Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, that's not Midtown. Hey, is that? Maybe he's talking to them on the. Mm. Maybe his voice pipes up. It's unusual for him to speak on the street. Let's hold on. Yeah, let's have a fucking setting for this. What's the name of that VD clinic on 10th Avenue? Uh, all right, it is up here. Not the. It's not the. Is it the Chelsea Sexual Health Clinic? 9th Avenue. Oh, it's on 9th Avenue? Let me see here. Uh, hold on. Let me see if there's a photo of the front of this motherfucker. If it's the place I'm thinking of. Could it be 9th Avenue? Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so yeah, it's 303 9th Avenue. I don't remember this fucking whole deal there. Huh. Yeah, I've gotten tested at that VD clinic. And all these fucking buildings that you see in the background in 2006, none of that shit would have been there. Yeah, I think discarded syringes, that's a little much. Neither of them has. I want some kind of description. So they're at like West 28th Street. I wonder who that's a statue of. Is it? Yeah. Now I definitely wanna bring up this VD clinic, but who's that a statue of? Uh, oh, that's some useless fucking blog. Park features. Hold on. Let me see what the name of that park is. Oh, they call it Chelsea Park? Fuck. Am I gonna have to go down there to find out like what well, I can get tested for VD while I'm there. Well, that'll do me a lot of good at the moment. All right. Yeah, who is that fucking statue? The soldiers and sailors of Chelsea. Well, that's pretty fucking amazing right there. That's what I just said. Yeah. Mhm. Memorialized as the Chelsea Doughboy. Is that what they actually call him? Hell yeah. That's gangsta as fuck. Oh, hold on. There's a link in IRC. Chelsea Monuments. Doughboys. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. we're going to a long extent to make this joke, but all right, so let's try that. Hey, is that Maybe's voice pipes up just as they pass. Maybe's voice pipes up just as they pass the Chelsea Sexual Health Clinic at 303 9th Avenue. There's a monument in front dedicated to the soldiers and sailors of Chelsea. A bronze World War I doughboy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's totally worth it to me. There's a monument in front dedicated to the soldiers and sailors of Chelsea. A bronze World War I doughboy keeps watch over the VD clinic. A bronze World War I doughboy keeps watch over the VD clinic with an eternal look of mournful sympathy. Love it. Yeah, I had passed by that fucking. I sound like a total whore if I say like I pass by it all the time, but I used to work over there as well, so I've passed by that a bunch of times, and I never really made the connection that, of course, like a World War I doughboy would know all about fucking VD. So that's totally worth it. I love it. Yeah. And that's so much better than like this discarded, because there are discarded syringes in those planters. There's also like little mice running fucking wild over there, um, but those are not quite the details that really resonate the same way that this you fucking did it again, did you? Up ahead, walking the bicycle. Fuck me, that's him. Oh, look at this. This is notice how this is before I learned. This book is so old that it's before I learned that you end a sentence in quotations with a comma if you have number 999. Huh? I saw his badge in the bar. Mason, 999. Oh, yeah, this is. What's his badge number? What are you talking about? Sarah asks. How are we doing this? She takes a look at the guy they're talking about. He's walking his bike, holding the front. Let's call it the front end. He's walking his bike, holding the front end off the ground by the handlebars. Looks like he popped his front tire. Oh, there's where I can fit in the fucking discarded syringe. I just don't want anybody to know that if you're in Chelsea, you can't find discarded syringes if you're looking for them. We're not quite San Francisco, but we're getting up there. God, San Francisco. I'm hearing they're like whole forests of syringes fucking flying out there. It's wild. Oh, we've got like a used syringe-based ecosystem happening over there. Fucking whole new types of hepatitis. It's wonderful. She takes a look. She checks him out. Yeah. The guy they're talking about is walking south, too. He hasn't noticed them yet. Sarah checks him out. Oh, fuck. The scene has to be from her point of view. Maybe he pipes up as the trio is walking south on 9th Avenue. Okay, Avenue should be... To the right is the Chelsea Sexual Health Clinic. There's a monument in front dedicated to the soldiers and sailors of Chelsea. A bronze World War I doughboy keeps watch over the VD clinic with an eternal look of mournful sympathy. Huh? Sarah asks. Of course, she can't see where Maybe is pointing. Up ahead, walking the bicycle. The bodiless voice says. Fuck me. That's him, Lemon says. Sarah checks him out. He's walking his bicycle holding the front end off the ground. He must have popped the front tire. He's got her attention. That's the disappearing cop, Lemon says. I'm gonna talk to... That's the disappearing cop. I'm gonna try and talk to him. Wait, fuck. I can't talk to a cop. I'm packing. Give it to me, Maybe offers. Give it to me, Maybe offers. Good idea, here, grab it. Sarah sees the black 45 rippling in the air for a moment before it disappears. You have a gun? Sarah asks. Why do you have a gun? Sarah asks, stunned. Why do you have a gun? Streets ain't safe, darling. All right, don't let this guy brutalize me. Yeah, let's have him cinch his belt. I like that a little better. Lemon speeds forward. Lemon speeds forward to catch up to the bicyclist, cinching his belt. Hey, pardon me a second. The man turns around, looking confused for a second. Then he has an oh fuck expression. At first he seems confused, then it's clear he's thinking, oh fuck. That should almost be in quotes. He's thinking, oh fuck. Do me a favor, pal. Hang around for just 1 second. Let me explain myself. I ain't gonna cause you no problems. Boom. All right. The man turns around. At first he seems confused, then it's clear he's thinking, oh fuck. His eyes dart down to his bicycle, then back up at Lemon. He has an unusually expressive face. It's easy to tell he wants to vanish. Do me a favor, pal. Just hang around a second, okay? Let me explain myself. I ain't gonna cause you no problems. I don't like that, yeah. I ain't gonna get you in trouble. Is that what he would actually fucking say? Let's just cut it there. Let me explain myself. Lemon's got his hands up, The tattoos on the backs of his palms make his hands look whiter than they are. Oh. No, that's... Lemon's got his hands up. The tattoos on the back of his hands make his palms look whiter than they are. Oh, I don't know. Lemon's got his hands up. The tattoos covering the backs of his hands make his palms look very white. I seen you at the bar the other day, and you may not believe it, but this kind of impossible shit happens. I seen you at the bar the other day. Oh, yeah, that's not what he'd say. Wait, hold on. Did he pay his tab? Oh, fuck. We gotta go so far back to find out if he paid his tab. All right, we're like around page 300. Let me see. A lot of swings. There we go. So this is way, way fucking back here. Yeah, he doesn't pay. Okay. Yeah, cool. I just want to make sure that there wasn't like he didn't like flick a 20 on the bar before he fucking disappeared. Okay, cool. Cool. No, he did. Okay, yeah, Spectre confirms. No, he did not. Shaw, that ain't the point. Shaw, let's italicize it. It's onomatopoeia. Shaw, that ain't the point. No, that looks wrong. That ain't the point. Yeah, I like that better. You might not believe it, but that kinds of shit happened. That kind of shit happens at my bar all the time. Place is crawling with superheroes. I don't think we can say super. Superheroes. No. He would say superheroes. But place is crawling with superheroes. What? Yeah, you're not the only one. All right. So here's, fuck. Huh? His name's Mason. I'm gonna try and talk to him. Wait, fuck, I can't talk to a cop. I'm packing. You're Mason, right? Number 999? Do me a favor, pal. Just hang around a second, okay? Let me explain myself. Lemon's got his hands up. The tattoos covering the backs of his hands make his palms look very white. Very white sounds too much like Barry White. But, I'm sorry, I can pay, Mason says, looking embarrassed. He looks embarrassed. Psh, that ain't the point. Psh, that ain't what I'm getting at. You might not believe it, but that kind of shit happens at my bar all the time. The place is crawling with superheroes. What? He's a slow talker, but inside his skull there's a firestorm of anxiety turning a mile a minute. I just like the word dynamo. Sarah's peering at him in the spectrum. He's a slow talker, but his brain is a dynamo of glowing anxiety. I like it. Mason's a slow talker, but his brain is a dynamo of glowing anxiety. And that tracks too. With when he's telling the story, he's like kind of talking slowly and methodically and plotting and everything. So that works. Cool. Yeah, you're not the only one. Maybe's voice chimes out of nowhere. Sarah watches his fear reflex. There's a flash of run away, but he throttles it. But he quashes it with practice ease. Cop brains run different than civilian brains. Cop brains run, yeah. They're more regimented, roving, on alert. Cop brains run different than civilians. They're more regimented, roving, on alert. They're regimented, roving, on alert. There's more readiness. There's more readiness, more fear. I like it. How are you doing that? Is this a trick? How are you doing that? Is this a trick? Mason asks. His hand has gone automatically to his hip, but there's no holster there, only spandex. I like the device of him being in the fucking stupid bicyclist uniform, all that lycra. Oh, it would be lycra, not spandex. All right, let's fucking fix it. Because nobody's done spandex. Yeah, yeah, I don't make shit out of spandex no more. Well, hold on. Fucking spandex is like a joke. Yeah, let's find out. Oh, it's the same fucking thing. Lycra or elastine. Oh, cool. We can use spandex. Anagram of the word expands. Huh. Did not know that. Look at us. We almost used a fucking brand name. And capitalists almost got us, man. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Sarah, she introduces herself, waving a gloved hand. This is Lemon, that's Maybe. Like his name is actually Maybe. He's really invisible. He's invisible. Really. That's more how you would say it. How do you do it? How do you vanish like that? Are you going invisible or like traveling through time? Can you teleport? Ugh, beach ball. Maybe he's chattering. Too excited. It's freaking Carl out. Sarah. Oh, wow. This is old because Sarah used to have an H. I can't believe it made it through there. Sarah can see his brain jangling with alarm. I, I, uh. Carl looks down at his bicycle. Sarah can see the urge flickering to life in his brain. Carl is a second away from dropping the bike and disappearing. Sarah can see the urge flickering to life in his brain. Carl is seconds away from dropping the bike and disappearing. On impulse, Sarah wonders if she can apply a little current and short that out. What a terrible fucking idea. For a moment, she's horrified she even thought of it. Yeah, that's what a terrible fucking idea. Ugh. She holds up a gloved hand, trying to keep Carl from vanishing. He must see something in her face because he looks concerned. It's okay. Mm. No, not like that. I can explain everything. Listen, we're going to dinner. Do you want to come with us? Oh. Good God Almighty. Slowly but surely. Anybody still with us out there? Press F for the dead chat if you're still enthralled by the adventures of Sarah Shiner. Yeah, there we are. Big space. I can see electricity. Even tiny little charges, like nerves. Are you reading my mind? No, it's not like that. I don't have the much to add. Yeah, that's the problem with rewriting. Listen, do you want to come with us? We're about to get dinner. Sarah's smiling, turning on the charm. It's a little unfair, really, reading him like this, watching every nerve in his body firing. Twine of revulsion? Sarah remembers Gary Polk with Twig Me. As she waits for Carl to answer, she thinks hard. Okay, he says. I'll come with you. Okay, he says. He leans his bicycle against a mailbox and then, after all that, vanishes into thin air. Lemon huffs in exasperate. Then he leans his bicycle against a mailbox and vanishes. Then he leans his bicycle against a mailbox and vanishes in a faint whoosh of air. Christ, after all that, Lemon huffs, exasperated. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing. We don't have much to add. Yeah, I'm like catching more stuff now. You know, as I have been learning during this process. It's so good to have another set of eyes on the whole thing. But yeah, also like yeah, I'm seeing like a lot of the spots that need improvement sooner. Mm. Feeling miffed that he bailed on him. Christ, after all that, Lemon huffs, exasperated. Fuck, what do we do now? We can grab the bike and take it back to the pits. It's expensive. Maybe he'll come looking for it. Ah, fuck it, I'm starving. Let's just leave it. Okay, sorry. You can fix your little tire later. Let's get some dinner first. It ain't too far. That's what I wanted. Cool. I like that. All right. So, yeah, made some really good progress on the previous chapter. I think we tuned up anything that has Carl Mason in it is probably going to need essentially a full rewrite. He's a thin fucking character when all is said and done. Like I think if we really felt like it, we could only 1,083 words. We did a little bit more work on some other stuff, but so that is chapter 37. And then what do we got? Is the telepath the Jesus character? The telepath is certainly has some of the markings of a Jesus character, but I'm not sure if he's the right one or not. I'm going to have to find out, but there's more Gary coming through. Thank you so much. 4, 2, 23, and that is a point. Just for just for telling me the time. All right, yeah, I did. Hold on. Also, you get a point for Chelsea Doughboy. I don't think I gave you one at the time, but that is like a fucking amazing thing. All right, so we've done it. We've gotten through chapter number 37, and that puts us at 308 of 649. So the book is growing almost as quickly as it is passing. So the next chapter is going to be called The First Installment. Hold on, let me make sure that the layout is right here. That's right. And it's going to take place at a place called Sing's Noodle House. Wait, it can't be 5:55 p.m. No, that's fucking wrong. Oh, so that's 5:15 p.m.? Oh, we're time jumping. That's not good. All right, well, that's something I'll need to work through because this is like 5:55 p.m. So I want this to be fucking, yeah, let's change this up. This whole thing is going to happen in like a few seconds. So that's happening simultaneously with yeah, they're just 10 minutes away from Sing's Noodle's house, right there. Cool. So the next installment is just like a dinner scene where some of the characters are getting to know each other. Oh, he was resurrected. Come to think of it, yeah, I don't. Maybe every character is a Jesus character in this fucking story there. Okay, so one thing I do need to figure out is I may have to do some testing on the stream because I don't understand why Restream is not working with Mixer. And like I know a few people watch on Mixer and it just hasn't worked all fucking week. So I'm going to have to figure it out. So anyhow, yeah, thanks for participating. Big spiffy wah, making some good progress here. And I'm feeling less under the weather than I was previously. So life is good.